Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. F here with F-TV, and today we're going to be looking at Marvel's Avengers for possibly the last time here on the channel. And the reason for this is because it just received its end of life update on the 31st of March. And essentially, what that did is, among other things, it unlocked all of the cosmetics for this game. And this game has a lot of issues, right? One thing the game did phenomenally is cosmetics, outfits. They have some of the best outfits in any superhero game I've ever seen, outside of maybe Insomniac's Spider-Man. So we're going to take a look at all the characters, take a look at some of the costumes that I really like, and not all of them are unlocked. As you can see, you can still buy some from the shipments. That's the other thing they did. They kind of messed around with the currencies, right? So you have a lot more currency to buy cosmetics from the vendor. But anyway, let's get started with Bucky here since he's on the screen. And this is his epic costume, and it is called Bucky. This is the Bucky you remember from the comics. I think this one's really, really cool, right? It evokes that like old school World War type Bucky. And there's even a black version as well, right? But that one's not as evocative. There's also this version. Um, so on the flip side of that thing where I said that they did cosmetics really well, one of the things they didn't do as well was like recolors. There's a lot of recolors in this, right? So there's a lot of costumes that are basically exactly the same. They're just colored differently. Anyway, so this Bucky, I really like this Bucky. I also really enjoyed his other iconic, right? This is like the Winter Soldier from like the comics that you might remember. There's also this version with a domino mask. I think, of course, this is probably the real version, right? His iconic mask. I think he looks phenomenal like that. This one I didn't really like this one, but this one is from the comics as well when he was stationed on the moon, right? Um, but I don't really care for that one. I don't think I've ever even seen this one. Who the hell is Bucky? And Bucky doesn't have as many costumes, right? Because he was the last character introduced into the game, so he doesn't have a lot. And then, of course, you have his movie costume from the Winter Soldier. Of course, this one's super cool, super iconic, and he has three different heads. So he's got the full on masked version, right, with the mouth mask as well as the domino mask. Then he just has the mouth mask, and then just normal Bucky from like the end of that movie. So other than that, I didn't really like any of the other Bucky costumes. And again, like I said, he doesn't have a whole lot of them, but that is Bucky there. So let's go ahead and switch up our character. Let's look at Jane, just because Jane was introduced before he was, and let's take a look at some of her costumes. I think she has even less costumes than Bucky does, to be honest. Probably her absolute best costume is this one that I have on, Thordis, right? There is no upskirt. You can't actually look up her skirt, so don't try it. But obviously, thighs of doom here, right? So that one's really, really cool. You've got the one from the movie, which is also kind of cool. You've also has an unmasked version from the movie, but her face is kind of like so. Always keep a mask on her. I say this one's from the comic. I really like this one. I actually like this one more than the movie. It just looks better, right? And for some reason, this was Marvel movies tend to be leathery. This one's really, really cool. I didn't enjoy these two as much as I thought I would. And then these are all kind of just like bleh, garbage. So to me, really the best one for her is Thordis, of course, because, I mean, look at it. And then her normal outfit is also really, really cool. And as you can see, she doesn't have many, so that's it for her. So let's check out Black Panther, because Black Panther for a really long time did not have any costumes. Like, it was very sad. This one that I have on is really, really cool. It's one of my favorite ones, and it's called Hatut. Okay, I'm just gonna say this wrong. Zeraze. Anyway, it's really, really cool. Anything with Black Panther in white, honestly, is gonna look sick as hell. And there is another one. There's a couple white ones. So this one's really cool to do the White Tiger, and then he's got the Panther crew, which I don't like as much. This one's actually better in black. And then there's also, I've never even seen this one, but I do not enjoy that one. He didn't have as many costumes from the movie, of course, because there just wasn't any time. But you have the one from Civil War, and then of course you have the one from Black Panther. Those are of course really really cool. There was a new one that came for him with this update, and it's this one, Earth X, right? So he actually looks like a panther. This one is pretty badass, right? So not even sure if that's like supposed to. I don't know Earth X, but I'm assuming he's an actual panther. I don't know. What else has he got here? He had so many that I've never really seen. That one's okay. This one came out kind of near the end of the life cycle as well. It looks very armored. I don't kind of like it. This weird cowboy one here from the Exiles, not bad. Kind of Deadpoolish. This is that black one I was talking about. And this one, I did actually like this one. This is when he was doing the Daredevil thing without fear. That one's okay. Look like a mirror. Um, and you know what? Honestly, one of his originals, like the one they designed, is actually not bad. Looks like Noob Saibot, but overall it's not bad. And it's got a couple recolors that make it look pretty cool too. And he has some unmasked ones that are okay. But overall, not a terrible many costumes that are fantastic. You know, like what the hell is that? This one's actually really cool too. Yeah, so that's Black Panther. What else have we got here? All right, so now let's start with. So okay, let's go to Spider-Man. Spider-Man has a lot, but also he doesn't, right? Because he's got a ton of recolors. This one is not Insomniac. This is their version, Crystal Dynamics version of sort of their iconic suit here. It's not bad. It's a little busy with all of the lines and all that, you know, but not terrible. What in the hell is this? Thermal core? I've never seen that, but clearly a recolor of what I just showed you. But wow, that is a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow. He's got some really cool like wrestler outfits. This one's not bad, right? Arachnophobia suit. There's also no, that's a completely different one. This one, alumnus suit from high school. He's got this one. This is the original one, I think. So those are actually pretty cool. Of course, you've got your armor version, right? Your big time suit, and then they recolored this a number of times. This is the first Spider-Man suit I ever bought for him. I thought it was really cool. There's of course the white one, which makes him look like the suit from the Fantastic Four run that he was on, the Future Forward suit, which is kind of cool. This one, skyscraper suit. I mean, that's okay. They actually really do. It's this one. This is what I'm looking for. His classic suit is actually great. Other than him being a little tall, like it's fantastic. There's really nothing to say bad about this suit. It's Spider-Man. It's his classic suit. This one, of course, the Mark One suit. I think there's a Mark Two maybe in here. Could be wrong. But he's got a couple different versions of that one, right? It's just different recolor. Yeah, here's the Mark Three, just recolored a little bit. What is that? That is hideous. Prodigy suit. All right, and of course the Alex Ross suit. This one's so cool. Yeah, so I rock that one for a little bit. And then he's got some really great movie tie-in suits. We've got the Spider Monkey suit. It just looks great, right? The Infinity War suit, and then you've got the Homecoming and Far From Home. Far From Home is probably one of his best movie suits in general. Just suit in general. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good. Spider-Man. All right, so let's take a look now at. I don't want to do Marvel because she has so many. Let's take a look at Hulk. Because honestly, Hulk, he's so big, right? He doesn't have too many great costumes. This one is the one I have on Maestro. It's kind of like an alternate person in this game, So, wearing him is, God, he has so many. I just have so many lock-ons. I do love his, like these, like him in a suit. What is that, Joe? The Gray Hulk or whatever? Like, these are cool. Even this one, kind of like a Joker vibe there. He's got a couple recolors of this one as well. I did enjoy this one as well. Like him just in a suit, just Joe Fix-It, I think is what it is, right? Like it just looks really, really cool. What is that? Nice. Yeah, that as soon as I saw that, I was like, is that Hulk Hogan? He's got a ton too that I may never have even seen. Him here in his little leotard, it looks like. Oh, that's very interesting. This one's badass, just straight up. That is phenomenal. Just the shading, the coloring, just the black and whiteness of it. That is absolutely amazing. One of the best suits there, right? This is well, this color anyway. There's like a Hulk version. This one's also really cool. He's kind of just like glowing. His veins are glowing. That one's pretty cool. But in terms of like movie, he doesn't have a whole lot of movie suits. He has the Endgame suit, which is lame. Honestly, let's all just say it. It's lame. There's nothing really cool about it at all. And then he has the Gladiator suit, which also is kind of like because he already sort of had a Gladiator suit, that they had made for him. So by the time this one came out, it was like, oh, well, it's not all that different. Sakaar, or not Sakaar, but the 1 million BC version of Hulk, that one's okay. I think honestly his best suit is this one, like bar none. That's just amazing. That's really really cool. I love it. And what's great is that the hair is different, right? Like compared to something like this. They actually gave him different hair for this, which is like his original look. Here's Doctor. But no, this is easily the best Hulk suit, in my opinion. Strange, but true. All right, let's take a look at. Okay, let's just take a look at Miss Marvel. I love Miss Marvel. I think so many of her suits are amazing. This one particular, Astro, is beautiful. I just love which is weird because I said this negatively about another suit, but I just love the black leathery look here. It's really, really nice. Her one costume for her TV show, it's okay. It's pretty faithful to the show, but nothing terribly cool. This one I don't like that one. She had a number of these type of suits. There's this is the Captain America one. There's also an Iron Man one. There's also a Black Widow one, which I never actually got myself. Right? Looking for. I'll find it here at some point. She's got a bunch of these like little makeshift suits as well. She has so many recolors. This is not a recolor. This is from her Mystical Marvel run, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. I've never even saw this pink one. She's got little fuzzy slivers. That's pretty cool. Power gloves. Oh, that one's pretty cool too. I guess you know what? That one's pretty badass. I enjoy that one. She has so many great costumes. Independence, Shooting Star, and a lot of recolors that are just downright hideous. Here she's got her like Miss Marvel outfit, which is really cool too. I'm looking for like her. There's a white outfit she has that is to me easily her best. Maybe I'll find it down here. Oh, here it is. This is the best Miss Marvel costume in the entire game. Like, don't even at me. Absolutely the best costume. It's just the color scheme, everything about it. It just screams amazing. Um, this one's pretty cool too, right? For the Karachi. This is absolutely hideous. All the top brass costumes are phenomenally terrible. Oh, you know what? That's not bad. Some of these I've never even seen. I mean, like I've said it before, but some of these I've not seen. Um, so many costumes, and she had, like I said, she has some of the most costumes in the game because what is this? See Obsidian. There's like a it's not a purple one. See, now that there's so many, they're so hard to find the one you're looking for. Just because there's so many. This is her Stark outfit. It's okay. It's a little busier than it should be. But yeah, no, it's really hard to find. Everybody who has this costume, it's absolutely terrible. So just keep that in mind. But no, man, it's so difficult now to find some of the costumes you're looking for. What is this? Sleepover? Okay, so that's just a recolor. And to be honest, I think some of the ones that I had unlocked are no longer here. That's because there's like another white one where she's wearing, I think she's wearing like goggles. This is the one I talked about already. There should be another white one. And I swear to God, if they locked it, we'll fight somebody. No, it's not locked either. That's so weird. Okay, this is the sparkly one I was talking about, the Cosmos one. I kind of wish it was animated, like Stark has one that's animated. It's not. It's fine though. Kind of like it was free, so whatever. Well, I mean, technically they're all free now. Ah, man, there's a white one. Oh, is it this one? Okay, this is the one. I really like this one. I'm actually gonna go preview it. There's a reason I like this one. She just looks extra thick in this one for some reason. I love it. All right, so that's Miss Marvel. Tons of costumes, like I said. Iron Man also has an amazing sort of costumes. This one's pretty cool, right? Just his illustrious costume, just takes you back to old school Iron Man. He has some of the second most costumes in the game. Not just that, but he has a ton of movie costumes, right? So if you ever wanted Iron Man to look like he was from the movie, this game's got you covered, right? So we begin with Iron Man 3. That's just straight from the movie. We've got Iron Man 2. This is the newest one, actually. So this is War Machine. War Machine was supposed to be in this game. Clearly never made it. But as you can see, they did design a suit for him. And this is War Machine, right? They call it the variable threat response battlesuit. It's not. It's War Machine, right? So if you wanted to cosplay as War Machine, they've got you covered here. It looks pretty great. Pretty great, right? So we've got helmetless Iron Man from the first movie, and then we've got Infinity War Iron Man, helmetless Infinity War Iron Man, the original Iron Man. I'm sorry, no, from the movie, the Avengers, right? And then you've got unhelmeted Civil War, Cold Iron. This one kind of reminded me as soon as when I first saw it of War Machine, but it actually is not War Machine. This is actually Tony. We got the original Iron Man, of course, the battle damaged Endgame, right? And if you look at his hands, go to the preview. If you look at his hand, he actually has the Infinity Stones. They don't do anything, but it's there. What else we got here? The Civil War suit, the unhelmed Iron Man 2 suit, which never actually happened, right? This suit is amazing. A comic accurate Nothing to Fear suit from Fear itself. We've got Endgame, unhelmeted Endgame, and then the Mark II, which, technically did become War Machine, And then a bunch of costumes from the comics that they made up. This one they made up. This is a recolor of it. A lot of people hate this costume. This is from the Ultimate series, and they hate it because his head looks so stupid. But I have this weird affinity towards it. I actually kind of like it because of how bad it is. All of these costumes are great, like the Centurion ones and the ones of this, with the pointy shoulder pads. They're all fantastic. Every single one of them. There's a space one. Is this it? I'm sorry, not a space. A magic one. The magic one is so cool. I'm actually going to select it as my costume. It is so cool. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's amazing. Let's preview it. This is badass. Kudos to them. Even with the little fish ears. That's really, really cool. He's got a couple helmetless versions from his Superior Spider-Man run. Superior Iron Man, kind of when he was a bad guy. Those are not as cool. I won't lie. We talked about Illustrious. This is his at the beach look, right? You see, I think it looks fantastic in every color. Everyone who has an aerospace costume, by the way, phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's just a really good coloring. I kind of wish there was more of this version, and I think this is the only one. I think that was a missed opportunity. There should have been more of that version. This one's pretty cool. There's one that changes color too, I believe. It's in here somewhere. Is it the purple one? One of these changes color dynamically, and it's actually really, really cool. Some other he looks like Dr. Fate here. But yeah, so he's got a ton as well, so you can check those out. Like I said, you can't really go wrong with any of his movie ones, except maybe this one. This one's kind of ugly. Best suit that he has in the entire game? Not that one. There's a black version of this one. Unironically, this one's it's freaking cool. But probably this one, even though I just saw it. I love that color. Let's take a look at Thor. Thor has quite a number of movie costumes, but they're all kind of, They're definitely not his best, right? His Ragnarok look, that's fine. We've got the Avengers, and then this is Thor, Dark World. Nobody wants to remember that. Why would they bring that up? Infinity War, without a helmet, without a helmet from Thor. We've got his Ragnarok look, which that one's not bad just because it has Surtur on his back, right? It's probably the best reason to wear this costume. Then you've got his Endgame look. Just like his looks from the movies are not terribly cool. This is absolutely one of his best costumes. Him as basically cosplaying as the Asgardian Destroyer. Fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal. This suit is just so busy. Like it's a lot. It is a lot. Poop Thor, right? Is that this actually probably no, I think this is Poop Thor, Yggdrasil, right? That's just ugly. Like holy crap, that's ugly. This one's pretty cool, right? Again, 1 million BC version, kind of basically Odin. The Herald came out a lot better than expected, to be honest. But his best costume, easily through all of this crap, his young Thors are pretty cool. There's a number of recolors of them, but his best costume. Let me see if I can find it. It's absolutely not this one. All right, so don't think it is that one. Where is it? Where are you, my son? He's got. Oh, here it is. That one. That's the best Thor costume. Again, don't at me. Right? It is. The thirstiest costume is this one. 100%. 100%. Thirstiest Thor costume in the game. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna move on to we did Thor this Captain America. I don't even need to tell you that he's already wearing his best costume. I mean, you look at this and you tell me that the cell shaded Captain America costume is not far and away the best costume. Number one for Captain America, but number two in the entire game. In the entire game, this is the best costume. Like there's no doubt about it, no question. No question at all. He's got a million BC version as well, sort of the gladiator look, but it doesn't even come close. Like cell shaded for the win. He does have some. This one's not bad. It's not bad. His movie versions are actually really good. This one is that's phenomenal. That is really good. Check out the shield too. You've got the damage from the shield from the movie. This is a really really good costume. Is it as good as cell shaded? No. There's also an unhelmeted version, which kind of ruins it for me. Second best costume for Captain America and in the entire game. Wolf, not Wolf Cap, sorry, Cap Wolf. Just, this is great. Phenomenal. We waited such a long time for this costume, right? The Winter Soldier. He just looks so much better with the helmet on, right? It evokes more of Chris Hemsworth. I'm not Hemsworth, Jesus Christ. Chris Evans, and it's just better. That one's okay. This is the Endgame one. Again, it's not terribly different from all the other ones. This costume is terrible in every single way. So without a doubt, the best costume in the game and for Captain America is cell shaded. I really wish we would have gotten more cell shaded just in general because it just looks so good compared to like the reality of how the game is built. This is just an absolutely phenomenal costume. Fantastic. Great work. Are we at the end here? Almost. All right, so Black Widow. This is one of her better costumes, easily, yeah. And this is the what's it called, like the snake or something like that? No, it's just called Hooded. It's really great, just because she does have a hood, and it's really good. She has a lot of good costumes as well. She has a lot of crappy costumes. To be honest, I don't like any of her movie costumes. None of them. Not a one. A lot of people like this one. I don't like it, and it's because of the head model. And there's nothing wrong with the head model. It's just to me, it brings me out of it because I'm waiting to see Scarlett Johansson, and it's not there. Right? This is also dropped with the update. It's her Avengers costume. It's look how simple it is. This is Natasha, just simple. Look at those. Look how big her freaking heels are. Right? Thirstiest costume. Is it her best costume? Probably, yeah, absolutely, absolutely the thirstiest, yes. She has so many of them. This is actually one of her better costumes too. if you could take off her weird goggles, this would be up there as one of the best in the game. Easy. It's a beautiful, beautiful costume. The white one, look how leathery and not even leathery. It's just plasticky and just like shiny this costume is. I love this costume. It looks phenomenal. It looks so incredibly difficult to get into and get out of that I love it so much. There's a black version, but it's not nearly as shiny. Here's She-Hulk version, right? Given Poison, that's She-Hulk. She has a bunch of these like generic park ranger suits, which is just funny to see. I collected them all just because again they were funny. But I mean, really, realistically, there's not a bad. I mean, there are bad costumes here, but a lot of these are just so good. I don't like any of the short-haired versions just because that's just me, right? But I mean, you can land almost randomly, and you're gonna find a really cool costume for her. That is the benefit of being Black Widow and having this amazing model. It just looks good. Like, see, this one is just it looks weird. And there's a version that I do want to end on for her because I think it came out really really nice. It is a black version. What is this? There's like a comic one too. Is it this one? Yeah, Widow from 1998. Where it has lines, right? It's a black costume. I think she has white hair. Is it this one? Oh, this one. This one's really really cool too, right? This is the Feared Self suit. It's just pretty. It's just beautiful. It's got really good lines, really good contouring. That's just a great suit. But her best suit, um, the best suit for Black Widow. Look how red this hair is. Jesus. The best suit for Black Widow. She's probably wearing it hooded, in my opinion, anyway, and or sunny days, just because pervertism, right? Yeah. And then two more to go. Let's do Kate, just because Kate does not have a lot of costumes. She has a ton of hooded costumes, which is great. This is her only like TV show movie, obviously because she's only been in one thing. It looks like it, so I'll give it that. And then she's got these just absolutely hideous costumes for like what reason I don't know. This one's really cool, especially if you're into feet, I guess, right? This is Lady Catherine. It's really cool. Hooded one's probably her best hooded one. Although again, she has to. They gave her a Stark outfit near the end of the life cycle too. Basically redid her movie costume. It's not terribly different than that one. Um, I've always had a soft spot for her like zombie supernatural version. But realistically, honestly, let me look at this one. Yeah, that's ugly. A lot of these, what really kills this model here is the hair. Like they just couldn't get her hair down. So much wasted potential with her hair. Like seriously, so much. Her best costume is this one. It just is. It just absolutely is. I can't even explain why to you. It just is this costume. This is her best costume in the whole game. Yeah. hmm It's that one. And last but not least, Hawkeye. Uh, Hawkeye gets a lot of crap, but he ended up having some of the best costumes. Not just some of the best costumes, but some of the best gameplay in the whole game. Hold on, I think I messed it up by selecting him. In the entire game. Like the one I'm wearing right now is his comic book suit, and it's phenomenal. The retro suit. Look at it. I only wish it was cell shaded. That's it. That's my only wish, that it was cell shaded. Otherwise, this is a perfect costume. Probably one of his best. The Werehawk, it's up there. It is simply because he's an animal, and I think every animal costume in this game is fantastic. We've got some movie stuff in here. His Endgame Ronin suit. They also gave us a Endgame Ronin suit without a mask. Nobody liked it, right? So this is one of those stealth releases. It's the same thing, same costume. They just gave him appropriate hair, right? So yeah. The 90s glory suit, he looks like somebody's from like Wildcats or something. It's a choice. And then the other ones are not great. Like he never really had a good costume in the movies. You know, he just didn't. Um, I do think these were really cool. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, this is probably the closest we were gonna get to him in the comics before they gave us this suit. And it was like, yeah, that's where the money is, right? That's good stuff right there. He's got a lot. They're not all great. Like a lot of these, like these, why? It's like the circus look. I don't like it. I did like their take on the Ronin suit. I just really did. There's also like a cold version, and I've talked about this before. This one right here, the Sub-Zero suit. That's I'm gonna say his second or third best. It's in the top five. It is in the top five. And where's this one? This is the classic one. There you go with the little H in the middle. Yeah, that's probably the closest we were gonna get. Yeah. So that's it. Those are all the characters, all the costumes that I think are really really cool. Is it worth playing this game right now? If you have friends who are gonna play it, you could still have fun. Like I said, they did do a couple things where they made it easier to get to max level. I don't care. They didn't add any new levels, so it's all just grinding the same levels. But if you were having fun doing that already, then by all means keep it going, right? But yeah, this is probably the last time I'm going to turn this on. I just wanted to see all the different costumes. If you wanted to make like a weird comic book with some of these models, you totally could. Like I said, cosmetics is not something they did terrible. Some of these look really, really good, like amazingly good. So if you've got the game and you want to check out the costumes, like I said, they're all basically free. You can buy some from the vendor. Don't know why those weren't free, but technically they kind of are. But yeah, so this has been our final look at all the cosmetics from Marvel's Avengers. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will check you guys out next time on F-TV. Take it easy.